in chubbiest fall. In the prime, Recon, Kelwin, and Tier 1 Chinus. Not wrong, Pooby. Thanks to the prime, Logan and resub Aztec. Okay, let's do some To Catch a Predator. We already watched the horny level guy. Why is it re-uploaded? Thanks to the prime Berkey Turkey and the resub Aztec Ace. The Keys Predator, the Daddy Predator. The Too Fast Predator. But it's one of those that's divided into 4 quadrants. We're not watching the penis pump one, goddammit. I'm not taking the risk. Next, the prime wrist, the resub Waffle. I've already watched it, Docs. That's a huge channel. It's a good channel, and I've seen it. Thanks to the prime Smonk and the resub Gamerman and the prime Awesome Guy. Let's watch this one. The resub Mexican.
Meanwhile, there are still some visitors willing to meet at the undercover house. Here's 28-year-old Michael Reyes, a construction worker who drove 2 hours to get here.
Thanks, resub Frostbite.
You can come in. Hi.
Online,
hey, Michael.
Reyes, who has a 2-year-old daughter, used the screen name Daddy Reyes 06-2000 to chat with a decoy named Kelly, who told him she was 14. At first, Reyes writes,
"We might have to meet, but I will not do anything inappropriate with you. I do not want to go to jail."
Oh, reverse psychology.
Kelly says she's a virgin.
I see.
Reyes writes,
"You would have..."
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Perverted justice decoys often deliberately pretend to be precocious young teens willing to have
Thanks
sex.
to the 5 gift subs
But remember,
recalled, Lion.
under
Thank you,
Florida
man.
law, a young teen cannot give consent. Reyes sends a picture of his genitals and asks if he should bring condoms when he comes over.
Yes, but we're not doing anything inappropriate.
Before you do that, why don't you just have a seat right over there, please?
I'm just
Right on the stool.
no problem.
What's happening?
What's up, Michael?
Coming and visit with her.
Visit who?
Kelly, let's go.
At first, like many of the men we've met,
Thanks to the resub
Reyes
Cantaloupe.
tells me he didn't know how old the girl said she was.
Okay, let me give you a little hint. Okay. We have the chat log, so you
Okay.
can go ahead and start telling the truth now. Okay.
First time was 14, and then I was under assumption maybe it was 18. I didn't know.
She didn't say anything about 18 or 19.
That's not true. You just had to read between the lines. She hinted at
But
it.
you talked about having sex with this 14-year-old girl.
I asked her,
I knew it was a
asked her
cop.
if she was-
I wanted to meet you, Chris.
I asked her about her having sex with older guys. She kept saying, cool, 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 and this and that.
Yeah, but
And
because a 14-year-old girl says it's okay doesn't make it okay.
I understand,
understand.
that. I'm not here to come and have sex
But
with
that's
her.
not what you indicated in your chat, Mike.
Then Reyes tells me he's read up on the problem of men soliciting underage
Thanks
kids.
to the resub Brolair,
Concern
Clumpy, and
for his
Minichair.
own child.
The prime tech.
It gets to me because I have a daughter,
You have a daughter. How old is your daughter?
2 years old.
2
And
years
it gets
old.
to me, and I don't want to see
Thanks,
something
Jack.
like this happen.
You ever watch any television shows about
Yes,
internet safety?
Dr. Phil, Oprah, all of them.
Dr. Phil doesn't catch
Have you ever watched Dateline
pedophiles.
NBC?
He
Yes,
creates
a
them.
bunch of times.
The To Catch a Predator shows?
Yes, and I hate that. I ain't nothing. I'm not like that.
Well, you know, you're now in one of the Dateline shows. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet underage kids online.
Wait, how is this 12 minutes?
Made a mistake, and I'm sorry.
They're already
I was
busting his
trying
ass now.
to see something firsthand, and it came back and bit me in the butt.
Okay.
Outside, Flagler Beach police are waiting.
I hope I.
And now what, Michael? Or should I say Daddy Reyes? 62,000.
I'm not running.
At the police station, Reyes agrees to speak with an investigator. At first, Reyes sticks to his story and says he wasn't
Thanks to
going
the
to
resub
have
Ace of
sex
Spades
when
and the
he came
gift
to the
sub
house.
Ewan.
But later he admits,
If it would have happened, yes.
You would have been agreeable to it
Yes.
if it would have happened.
Yes.
Okay.
as police look into Reyes' record, they find out
They
that his
accidentally sat him
ex-wife
at a
and
middle
mother
school.
of his child has a restraining order against him.
Stick on this inside.
Reyes is charged with 3 felonies, including transmitting harmful material to a minor and a misdemeanor charge of driving with a suspended license. He later pleaded not guilty.
How does this
Have
go
you
on
ever
for
been
12
arrested
minutes?
before? Yes, okay. What were
Oh,
you on
it's just like his
probation
whole
for?
interview.
Really, are you?
I don't care about that. What else we got? Bad grandpa predator. Well, how bad can this grandpa be, huh? We're not watching the fucking penis pump predator.
Remember, the men who've come into the house still don't know they're being videotaped.
I've already seen it, Kutar.
This next man says
The
he's here
satire
to
channel.
sell a house. He's 65-year-old Charles Harding, screen named Hard Chuck 1, here to meet this 13-year-old boy. Again, the decoy used an old photo given to him by Dateline.
What a great
Based
screen
on his
name there.
reaction,
Hard Chuck.
Okay.
I'm about the last person he's expecting to see.
What you up to today? Nothing. Call. You talk with a gentleman. I have a place that I have for sale.
Oh, you're selling a house.
Yeah, to a 13-year-old boy.
Who's interested?
Well, here's what doesn't make sense about that. How is a 13-year-old going to afford to buy your home?
Fortnite World
I
Cup.
didn't know how old he was.
Like,
I didn't ask.
kids can win tons of money.
To ask his age.
Well, Chuck, the only problem with that story is that I have the transcripts of your conversation with Luke. What are you looking for? I could be your grandpa. Into young boys your age, love to cuddle with them, caress their body, work my... And it goes on from there.
Finally, he decides to tell the truth. And
Chuck's
he
going hard
actually
mode.
admits that he might have had sex with the boy.
But if he would have consented to having sex, what would have happened?
I'd be very hesitant at first. If he continued, then possibly we would have had it.
Possibly you would have had sex with a 13-year-old boy.
If, I felt
Only if he bought the
uncomfortable and I
house
felt that he
first.
was
To celebrate the deal.
not fit or anything, I would have walked
Not
away.
fit? How can a 13-year-old boy be fit to have sex with a 65-year-old man?
Well, I'd check his financial records first.
Well, I see nothing wrong with cuddling and caressing.
Then he talks about a book he reads that fills him with fantasies.
It deals with younger, older, father, son.
Father, son?
Yes.
You're talking about fathers having sex with their sons?
It's called
grandfathers
50
having
Shades
sex
of
with
Grey.
their
Doctors with their patients, with the young patients, employees with their young patients.
You talk about this like it's some sort of hobby, building train sets. That's not what we're talking about here.
It's a book that I read and I fantasize.
There's much more to this man's story, as the police are about to find out.
Well, invite them in so
Soon,
the police
you'll
can
find out
get
what
in on the lore.
detectives discovered in the men's personal belongings and what these suspects had to say once they were under arrest. And as for
Thanks to
this
Five
man,
Gifts
the
of Stray Life.
65-year-old
Appreciate it,
who
man.
told us he'd be willing to have sex with a 13-year-old, believe it or not, all he wants to do is call his mom.
I should call my mother and let her know that I got home safely.
Well, that's going to be arranged through the jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail, not home.
She'd be worried that I didn't get home. I was en route from her place.
Hello? Luke?
They got Hard Chuck on that one. Thanks to the Tier 1 Quinn. Yeah, just in time, man. And hope you had a good day, Austin. I've seen that, Mumbo. It is sad. I haven't played CSGO in years. Thanks to the resub Gavin and Big Thick and 3-9 and the Prime Anthony. Jesus likes pancakes on Tuesday? Maybe. But first, I'm down the To Catch a Predator rabbit hole. The Cruising Predator. I'm not watching the fucking Penis Pump Predator. The Fast Mover Predator.
I think that was our walker. Definitely, that was our walker.
Thank the
There
Prime
he is.
Star Shower and the resub
As in our
Cirque.
previous investigation, some of the men who arrive aren't coming to meet girls.
Clear.
And we've prepared for that. This decoy is a 21-year-old actor pretending to be a 13-year-old boy.
Hey, come on in. Tommy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's going on? Nothing much. Listen, I made us some drinks, so why don't you pour me
He
some?
sounds like he's acting.
49-year-old
He's not
Rob
fooling him.
Culbertson, a computer web designer with the screen name WebDev2.
Oh, nice.
He's been chatting online with someone who says he's 13. Culbertson lies about his age and says he's 40. And just like that earlier man, Culbertson tries to get the boy out of his house.
You want to come over?
Maybe, if you're cool.
I'm laid back, no pressure.
But when the decoy instead suggests Culbertson come over to the undercover house,
They can make a web
and makes
page.
it clear what's on his mind.
Let's meet.
And?
Mess around.
What's that mean?
Have sex.
Whatever he has in mind, we're about to find out. He lives.
Hey,
close
it doesn't
by.
always
He
mean
rode his
sex.
bike to our undercover house.
Sometimes you just play Magic the Gathering.
Oh, nothing. I was thinking of actually getting in the hot tub. You think you might want to join me?
That sounds cool.
Yeah? I'm a little nervous, so, do you want to go first? Take your clothes off? And we'll get in.
Did you hire an actor or another pedophile? What the fuck?
Actually, I think I should be probably going.
Why?
But I'm not really comfortable with this.
Why not?
Because your age.
How was the walk over?
Hey, good work though, man. You played your part wonderfully, I guess.
What's your plan tonight?
Just out cruising around.
Just out cruising around.
Yeah, what's up?
How old are you?
35, 40.
35, 40? You don't know the exact age?
No, I'm 40.
You're 40.
We already know that's a lie.
Thanks to Tier 1
And how old
Yakko
was
board
the,
and the
boy
Tier
you
1
wanted to
Sunshine.
meet tonight?
18.
How old did he say he was on the chat?
18.
18.
Yes.
And I can give you the chat, and I want you to tell me where it says that he's 18.
I just went by what his profile said.
Profile said he was 13.
But his profile says he's 18.
No. He tells you right here it's 13.
I apologize for all this.
Okay, I'm 13.
You should have just gone in the hot tub.
Damn, you're cute. He says, but let's go a little slower, dude.
Like the other man, once I show him a copy
Thanks
of
to
his
Tier 1
online
Shielder.
chat, Culbertson decides it's time to go.
Something on my way. I'm sorry about all this.
Well, before you go, there's one thing you need to know. And that's, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who meet kids on the internet for sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's booking it! Oh, they got him. They're lucky he didn't get a good start. He would have been out.
Culbertson pleaded no contest to one charge of an attempted lewd act on a child.
Well, that'll do it. And our actor was also thrown in jail later that night. The actor, like, damn, the actor was going hard. Thanks to the Prime, purpley, grunchy, and blemish. Thank you, Willie. And hope you had a good day, Ghost. Haribo sugar-free gummy bear review? That sounds super familiar. I might have seen that. But right now I'm in the Catch a Predator rabbit hole. The Kit Kat Predator. That is a mean mugshot right there.
Yeah, slowing down, pulling in the driveway. Emily, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Here comes Need a Friend to Talk To 2005. He drove 4 hours to get here.
All right, go ahead and open the door.
The actor was straight out of Riverdale. Yeah, the actor they got there was wild.
I just gotta throw this in the dryer real quick.
Need a Friend to Talk To is really 25-year-old John Adam Daniels, a carpenter. He thinks he's here to meet a 13-year-old virgin named Nina. Online, he asks her if she wants to try anal sex, and if he can perform oral sex on her. After the decoy agrees, she tells him she's home alone, and he asks to spend the night. He's come prepared.
Oh, he brought his overnight kit.
Bag, it looks like.
Sorry.
Did he remember his Game Boy?
Right away. I had to have something cute to wear tonight. Did you try some of my sweet tea?
I'm not scared.
Sorry, I'm almost done.
What's his name again? Need a Friend to Talk To?
Did you bring me anything?
Yes, I did.
What did you bring me?
I drinking some Kit Kats.
Kit
You
Kats!
brought enough stuff to move in.
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat?
And like some of the others, Need a Friend to Talk To appears to know what he's walked into.
And I'm being taped.
You are being taped.
Oh, crap.
He just got fucking shocked.
I'm gonna get upbeat. Oh, arrested.
That's not up to me.
He got shocked.
You admit right here that you could be in trouble if anybody found out that a 25-year-old
Yes.
was meeting a 13.
Yes, sir. I thought it was a bad idea from the beginning, so.
But if you thought it was such a bad idea, why did you do it anyway?
Uh-oh, the Kit Kat.
You started talking, and 45 minutes into the conversation, you say, have you ever seen a man's blank? Meaning,
Yes, I'm sorry, so.
you ask what size bra she wears.
Why
Maybe
anal
you
right
ask
away?
she would like to move in with you.
Yes, sir.
That's it's a
What are
bit
you
forward.
thinking here, Al?
I'm completely and totally stupid. I'm sorry. Can I pay you, sir?
Well, if you
Just
leave the
like all
Kit
men who
Kats,
show up at our house, he's free to leave. Since he's seen our reports before, he probably knows he won't be free for long. And there's nowhere to run.
Get on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get down!
you should have chose a different candy.
Hey.
Alright. The drummer. Chris isn't really getting any of them to talk during this season here. I usually like the interviews. Oh, sweet. Well, thanks, Baller. And thanks to the resub peasant. Yeah, maybe Grapey. I'm not watching the fucking penis pump, Predator. I'm not taking the risk. The Naked Predator. Probably can't watch that one. Thought Crime Predator. 50% Predator. Oh, so there's... it's like a... I don't remember what it was, but there was that show where a man was a pedophile, and he shot the pedophile out of him. He had to kill the pedophile part of him so that he could be freed. Thanks to the resub Hintical and Nero. And Lifemorn. I'm not watching the fucking penis pump. Let's do the Eager Predator. Thanks to the Prime Jarkon.
Do you want me to call for him? Where is he? Come on in! How was the drive?
We hired this 18-year-old actress as a decoy, here pretending to be a 12-year-old alone in our
Thanks to
undercover
the resub
house.
Linux.
The man who's coming to visit her is 29-year-old James Cisneros. His screen name is too graphic to say on television.
No, tell me it,
Almost
Chris.
right off the bat, Cisneros
What is it?
asks an apparent
No.
12-year-old online.
You like sex?
Who doesn't?
Me too. You want to hang out tonight? If you're not busy?
She tells Cisneros that he can't come over now
Damn, thank you
because
for the
her
gift
mother
subs,
is
breadcrumbs.
Oh,
and
can you sneak
sunshine.
off late tonight? And we
Holy
can get a
shit, thank
hotel
you.
and I'll drop you off and you sneak back in.
What for?
Sex.
You heard that right. He wants to take someone he thinks is a 12-year-old to a hotel for sex. But the decoy won't budge, so Cisneros gives in and shows up at the
I
house.
really appreciate it. Thank you, breadcrumbs and sunshine.
I don't know if you want to try it or not. It's Kool-Aid.
Is this regular Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he comes prepared.
She's roofing you. Get out of there, Cisneros.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Where do you want to... Is there a place where you want to... Just anywhere?
Doesn't matter.
So why don't you take a taste of the drink there? Please have a seat.
What?
Have a seat.
No.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you some questions. Please have a seat.
Tell me, what is your screen name? I want to know.
Chill?
Chill.
Yeah.
And who were you here to meet?
Her? Have a good time?
And how old is she?
I don't know. She never told me.
She never told you.
She never told me.
But as I refresh his memory with his own online chat, Cisneros decides our interview is over.
They point something out to you.
I don't know.
I'm Chris Hansen with Daylight.
You can't escape
Magazine.
Chris
We're doing a
Hansen,
story on
Cisneros.
adults who meet kids on the internet.
He's like one of the plagues of Egypt from the old times. You can't escape him. He will haunt you for life.
The Long Beach police take Cisneros to their processing center.
It was just sex. That's it. It wasn't... You don't think about the age.
What?
You just think about doing it.
Sergeant Lee
What?
DeBrabander of the Long Beach Police.
He knows what he did was wrong, but he has this overriding problem in his mind, and he needed to fill that need.
Later, Cisneros pleaded no contest to an attempted lewd act upon a child.
Well, that was easy enough, I guess. Alright, well, that was quick. That whole story wrapped itself up in a concise 3 minutes. Thanks to the resub Cougar, the Prime Pig Dot resub Made, Cyber, D's Nuts, and the Prime Bat Boy. I've totally forgot about that, Professor. And sleep well, Kyle. Oh, alright, we'll watch a couple more and then switch. What else haven't we seen? The lookalike Predator? Who does he look like? Chris Hansen's clone or something? He comes in there? I don't know which one's the real Chris Hansen and end up arresting the good guy. The 50% Predator? Alright, we'll see what that's about. Actually, 2 gift subs, Gabe. The resub Ruthless. And the gift sub Big Bird. That's a long screen name.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Hang out at the bar for a second. I just stuffed the crap out of my toe and I'm about to bleed all over the carpet. Did you bring the mics?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Your heart is always in your throat for the first couple, and then, of course, you're anxious. I mean, you're approaching somebody you don't know, and as much as we've researched this person's background, you just never know what's going to happen, and you have to be prepared. So, yeah, you're anxious every time you do it. That never goes away. Did you find the place all right?
You didn't even give him a chance to meet the decoy.
Come on over here for a minute, will you?
Wow, I knew that was going to happen.
You knew what was going to happen. You knew what's this.
Oh, he brought you a present, Chris.
Sit on that stool there, if you would. In Ohio, we saw really for the first time multiple guys say that they had seen one of our past 3 investigations. And it did surprise me.
All right, fine, I'll try it, Anna.
Well, if you saw the previous show, you know, what are you doing here? Ronell, do you ever watch television? Mm-hmm. Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yeah, nobody watches Dateline
NBC.
NBC.
On TV before?
Pretty much knew this was going to happen.
You knew it was going to happen? What made you think that this was in fact going to happen?
Well, cause for one, which I think is really, you know, is kind of like misleading in a way, but for one, I just knew, I could tell because of how she just kept trying to see if I was really gonna come, you know.
So you smelled a rat?
Yeah.
But you came anyway?
Yeah.
Why?
Something I did.
Something you did. You feel sorry for a lot of these guys.
Well,
you know,
yeah, that was a bad decision.
If you're talking about somebody who served in the military.
This man knew it was a setup and still went.
War. And you know, what are you doing here? But then you go back and read the transcript, and you see what was said.
Thanks to resub Bryson.
How it was said. What do you do for a living right now?
I just got out the military.
You got out of the military? What branch?
Thanks to Prime Skills.
The Navy. And where did you serve in the Navy?
Well, at first I was stationed in Washington.
In Washington.
And been deployed like 2-3 times.
Did you see any action? Did you go to the war?
Yeah, it was the first one there when it first happened.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
What?
Now, as a member of the United States military,
why are you
there's a code of honor.
Thanks for the tier 1 razzle. What does this have to do with anything, Chris?
Did you break that code tonight?
I'll say in some ways, yeah.
In some ways, yes.
Yeah. But in other ways, I would say no because I really haven't, actually.
But Ronell, you're a grown man.
Yeah.
Showing up with alcohol to meet a 13-year-old.
Well, to be fair, isn't that Mike's Hard Lemonade right there?
How does that look?
It's not really alcohol, it's just lemon piss.
After you reread that transcript, you feel a little less sorry for these guys. You say, well, I'm in for whatever. I'm not scary. I don't have no girlfriend. You should be my little mammy. What does that mean?
It was just a little joke that I was trying.
Little joke.
I ain't know if she took it serious or not, but I ain't.
She talks about how she doesn't want to get pregnant. You say, I wouldn't get you pregnant.
Well, that's good. That's a good start.
She brought it up. I didn't.
Yeah, but you're here.
She's the one that brought all that up. She wanted to drink, so I got to
If you wanted to have sex...
Break a bottle over his head and run.
I know that's what...
Treat it like an old cartoon or something.
So you were game if she was game, basically.
I couldn't say 100% that I would.
What percent could you say?
I would say it was more like a 50-50.
A 50-50. So maybe you'd have sex with her, maybe not.
Yeah.
This is the part where I say...
Depends on how that Mike's Hard Lemonade's
hitting.
hitting.
NBC, and the cameras come out, and we ask if there's anything else you want to tell us. So if there's anything else you want us to know, we'd like to hear it.
No, not really. It's just, I ain't really.
Ace of the Prime, Nola.
I mean, if I realize I made coming here was a mistake, but good thing that it didn't progress to nothing further.
It was a good thing that we were here and a 13-year-old girl was not.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that anything would happen, but it just, I don't know. I just apologize if I offended anybody, but.
You have the right to remain silent. You understand?
All right.
That?
So this guy knew it was a setup and still came. That's rough, man. He fucked up. But it was only a 50-50 shot that he actually fucked the kid. Those are decent odds. I think, yeah, like a Galaxy Brain play in that position would have been if he just immediately started freaking out like, Chris, finally, my plan worked. This is why I'm here. I wanted to see you, Chris. Woohoo! Just go fucking wild. That would have been a huge play. And I'm surprised nobody ever did that. Well, at least not that I know of. Alright, I'll watch the penis pump one. As long as he doesn't actually just start, like, pumping his dick up. Oh, I'm not watching this one. It's one of these. I hate this. Now they will? Well, the show doesn't exist anymore. And predators have evolved. Now they're just very open about being pedophiles on Twitter and nobody cares. You don't even have to pretend that you're not a pedophile anymore. No, this is terrible. It's fucking 4 TVs.
He's coming toward the house.
Oh wait, wrong one.
Meanwhile, we spot another man across the street
I hate
getting out of
this.
his car.
This is a terrible setup.
While I'm confronting
Fine,
Hennessy
Jesus.
1436 in the backyard, that other suspect is still out front, sitting in his truck. The man in the trunk drives away.
No!
He's arrested down the street.
What?
Now it's his turn to be questioned. 36
This is a terrible episode.
Was invited over by a decoy posing as a young teen he met in a chat room. He brought beer and condoms, just like the decoy asked.
She goes that, my mom is gone and I'm 13 and we can get naked and we can do this. You know, she made it sound like, wow, this would be the greatest thing, you know? At first it was like...
Being naked's pretty cool.
What else did you two talk about doing when you came home?
She said me to bring beer.
What else?
And it's in the hot tub.
Okay.
And she wanted to have sex. But when I got there, I'm like, dude, I'll kick your ass myself if you do this. I mean, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even get out of that truck. You know what I mean? I was like, just go home now.
Alright, nice.
He claims he sat in his truck.
Alright, I don't like this setup here. And he just immediately gets taken and then finds a penis pump in the car, I'm sure. That's not very good. Give me something with some, like, wild lore. Like, the Nickelodeon Predator was pretty interesting. Why is this called Marshmallow? I know Ryan Franklin made a response. It's a good response. Why do people keep telling me that?
Scoping the house out.
I saw it like the day after he posted it.
Parade continues.
And I talked about it and said it's a good response. Like, what more do I have to do?
How's it going?
This is 31-year-old David Demers.
You can sit down if you want. Thanks.
Demers teaches video
Well, that's a big
technology
slow-mo.
at a trade college in Orlando. Using the screen name Auto Video, he chats online with a decoy named Annie, who tells him she's 14. And right from the start, Demers
He asks for anal, doesn't he?
Asking for trouble.
Well, having any type of romantic relationship with someone younger than 18 is walking on thin ice.
Yeah, it's illegal.
The decoy tells him she
It's
had
the thinnest
sex
ice.
with her ex-boyfriend, but didn't like it very
Thanks to
much.
Tier 1
Then,
Elijah.
like many of the men we meet, Demers becomes a sex education teacher, explaining the benefits of sex in a swimming pool.
And the sensation for you is like having sex on a cloud.
Whoa!
Then, a class in sexual positions 101.
Missionary is the first one. Doggy style is the second one.
And when the
In
girl
what
asks
order? Like
about
of the 10
group
Commandments
sex,
of
he
positions? What do you
describes
mean?
it in graphic detail.
Simply put, one guy has his in her mouth.
Oh, geez.
The other guy has his in her or her.
Oh, dang.
I love teaching you. It's so fun.
He sends her pictures of his penis. He wants to know how he compares to her old boyfriend.
Did it look bigger than Steven's?
Yeah.
Do you want it inside you?
Yeah.
Does my dick look bigger than a 9-year-old's? Really?
Don't leave our conversations open when you
That's
leave
so
the computer.
sweet.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just using my noodle. I'll use this noodle so that you can use my other noodle.
Double noodles? That's too many noodles, Steven. Or, Marshmallow. Whatever his name
Wants
is.
to give our decoy a hug.
How's it going?
Oh, he's going in hot! Chris!
No hug tonight. Why don't you have a seat right over there, please?
God damn, thank you for the 10 gift subs, unknown cause. Thank you,
I
man.
don't know. I'm in a bad spot.
Why don't you
Thanks
describe
to
that
resub
spot?
Lando and Prime Rocky. Thank you, cause.
I'm not going to deny it. I mean, obviously, I'm here and whatever, so...
I mean, is that appropriate to send to a girl who says she's 14?
No, not at all.
Lounging around naked?
I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong, and I just kept...
Thanks to Prime Hydra.
I couldn't stop.
What was your plan here tonight? Do you think you would have...
He was here to noodle, Chris.
Willing?
If it would have come to it.
Did you bring condoms? What else did you bring?
Massage oil.
Massage oil.
Spaghetti.
You know what's going
ziti.
on here.
Yes, I do.
Elbow.
You know who I am?
Pasta as well.
I don't know who you are. I have an idea.
Who do you think?
I believe you're some sort of detective or
The
police officer.
boogeyman.
Well, I'm not.
No.
You'd be wrong there. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet young teens online for sex.
I will deny nothing. It's all there, black and white. This is probably what I needed to straighten up. Scared the hell out of me.
Well, you're also going to
Scared the hell
jail.
out of me. As soon as she said she was 14, I should have just been like, bye. And that's what I'm going to do from now on.
Okay.
Gentlemen, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
For Demers, it may not be such a good night.
Also, goatees don't really look good anymore. I'd say switch that.
He later pleaded not guilty to 3 felony counts, including using a computer to expose himself to a minor.
Alright. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Recalled Lion. And the Prime Blazer, Royal, Fapsock, Marshall, and the resub Logs. And Onion. Yeah, but it still works, Cookie. And we'll watch like 1 or 2 more. I want to see the drummer. It's a short one, so I'm hoping he at least plays the drums.
Sugar Davis.
At our undercover house, other men keep arriving.
And we'll do the lookalike.
This is Matthew Nash, a 36-year-old musician, screen name Sugar Davis. He drove about an hour to get here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Onion. It's one.
Nash
yin,
was told
yun.
he was chatting online with a 13-year-old girl. He talks about getting naked in a hot tub with her, smoking marijuana, and putting
Weed!
oil all over each other's bodies.
What?
That's apparently why he's decided
And
to
why
come
olive
inside.
oil?
Come on in. Are you excited?
Shit's flammable.
Hey, I'm excited.
Yay. Yeah, I'm it was definitely
Soul patch.
a long drive, you know, coming down here and stuff.
Did you bring any weed?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh!
Why?
Get the fuck out then.
Why don't you have a seat right over there? I need to talk to you for a minute, sir.
Outside.
You can avoid going to jail if you play us a drum solo.
At the processing center, investigators find condoms, baby oil, and a vibrator in that bag Nash was carrying.
Didn't he say olive
And
oil?
he tells
Why
the
baby
police he's married.
How long you been married?
13 years.
Ah.
Ever been caught doing this before?
No.
Carrying kids?
No.
Is she aware of this type of behavior?
Yes.
He also tells police he and his wife have been to counseling because he's met others online for sex.
Oh boy.
Sergeant DeBraybander says the consequences of arrests like this one impact suspects'
Thank
family.
you for the 10 gift
Those
subs,
are the people I
Chinus.
really feel sorry for.
Thank you,
They had
Chinus.
no idea. It was totally out of their control.
Thanks for the gift sub, supervillain.
And now, because of the actions of this one person, you know, they're affecting all these other people who they're supposed to love and care for.
Nash pleaded no contest to 1 count of an attempted lewd act on a child.
Fake as fuck. I like, a healthy dose of cynicism is important. But this show isn't fake. Who would sign up to be a pedophile? Like a real pedophile? And half of these, well, a lot of these people were in jail for like 6 or 7 years. Like, I understand everyone likes to pretend everything's fake now these days. Like, even the world being round is now a contentious point. But this is real. Like, use the basic level of common sense. Why would anybody be a pedophile and get registered on the sex offenders registry for TV. Like, it's just, it takes only like a second of thought. There's the Prime Jack, and the Tier 1 Blake, and the Prime Petrit, Turtle, and Lucky. And the gift sub Shammy and resub Dumb. Oh, nice, Messi. And thanks for the Bitstar, and Dutch, and Electric, and Linux. And the Prime Grape and resub Entrusted. Let's see the look-alike. Wait, this is only a minute, though. And I don't even know who he looks like. One more, and I want it to be a good one. The Curious Predator. This guy looks like the final boss of pedophiles here. This guy's looking mean. Thanks to the bits, Android and Ethan.
He walks
Thanks to the resub Shark.
and he makes himself right at home. I mean, he basically acts as if he were showing up at an old friend's house.
Well, I want to take a shower and look pretty and everything.
I don't know. We clearly
All right.
have the element of surprise.
Yeah, you've got him right where you want him.
These guys sometimes don't know whether to think I'm the mad dad who came in unexpectedly, the police, or an investigative reporter. And so their mind is whirling away trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this situation.
And nobody fights.
Sometimes
which
they
is
just
surprising.
decide they're going to, you know, act like they did nothing wrong. Would you come on over here and have a seat, please?
Yeah, I was just coming in here to
Good,
check,
how are
make
you?
sure everyone's still okay.
Go ahead, sit down.
Just neighborhood
What's
watch.
going
I just meeting a friend that I met on the internet.
Trying to be normal.
Alan did
Cool
not
name.
miss a beat. It was almost as if when I walked in, I was somebody he had met before. No admission at all that this was a bad situation, that what he was doing here constituted a felony. You know, he was here to have a date with a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And yet now he's going to be my best friend. And who's your friend?
He seems like a good friend to have.
Sam.
Sam.
Yes.
And Sam is who?
25-year-old lawyer.
Man, woman.
Oh, it's a girl.
It's a girl.
I don't know how old. That's why I'm here. I'm just curious.
They can say they're curious, and I'm sure they are curious. But when you go back and read the
Ironclad
chat
defense.
logs, it's not hard to see that they were more than curious.
These are
They
two
were
gift
there
subs.
to,
Satirial.
actually
And
have
the
a
tier 1
sexual
giraffes.
liaison.
I hate
It was
giraffes.
curiosity absolutely curiosity that got me.
And what's your name?
Dan.
Dan.
Dan
And what's your last
Schneider?
name?
Alan.
Alan. We knew that there was a conviction in his past. It had to do with a domestic incident, stalking. You know, he had gotten in trouble for that. So, you know, here he is, some years later, apparently willing to commit another crime. How old are you, Dan?
24.
47.
47.
But, you know...
And you say, just wait one second, and you say...
Thanks to the gift sub Tommy and the resub Blue
wow,
Eyes White
13,
Lando.
am I too old? Nah, am I
Well,
too young? I hate to say this, but you're
okay.
not. Why do you hate to say
Yeah,
that?
let me
Because it's
say-
like I'm some old pervert, but girls your age
yeah,
are
okay,
so much
but
more
let-
fun.
let me- I have conversations like this with people that turn out to be guys more than half the time, you know? Or
So you're the victim.
turn out to be very nice women, and that's basically how it goes out there. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if
oh.
somebody tells you they're
Now
a
I get it.
13-year-old girl, don't you see something inappropriate about that?
Maybe so, but I have my big doubts that she was 13.
But if somebody
He-
says they're
yeah,
13,
he's
maybe
onto
you should
something.
Stay away.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely.
Right? I mean, why take the chance?
Like I say, a couple past experiences show that they're never 13. You know.
So you visited people online. You visited people who you met online who said they were 13 before?
Well, yeah.
A
13
couple
or
hundred times.
15.
So it's not the first time you've done this.
Well, no. Wait a minute.
I just incriminated
I've
myself.
never met a 13-year-old girl from offline.
But what I'm
Is what I'm
saying
trying to
is,
say.
did you ever go meet somebody who said they were 13 online?
No, not 13.
This guy's arguing like a
16 in my
Redditor. He's
area,
just making
there was
everything
there was
worse.
A guy that was.
Now, I've only had sex with 15-year-olds, actually, Chris.
You know.
What do you mean that's
who
still
had
illegal?
A big laugh on me. That's why I was just very curious.
There were a few moments when I was talking to Dan Allen where I thought, you know, based upon the look in his eyes, that this could go a couple different ways. One of them, not so good.
Boy, I wish I could just run home with my tail between my legs, and I feel like apologizing, but I mean, like, it's cyber. Who do I apologize to? And
yeah, the cyberspace, the cyber gods.
I don't know. I feel sick.
Quite the conundrum, eh,
Well,
Dan?
I am not the police. But I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators. He knows that he's in a bad situation.
He's a
once
tier
the-
1 one-eye
the
and a
camera
tier
guys
1
come up.
flaming hot dumpster.
And so he's not going to try to be my pal anymore. He's mad.
Well, you better. I'll shove that camera down his throat.
I don't think you're going to want to do that.
Why is that?
Do it, Dan.
I don't think you'll want to do it. Now, we can't keep you here. If you want to say anything else to us, we'd love to hear it. You're free to leave, obviously, if you want to go. Had he decided to pursue the more aggressive route, and
Did
had
he?
he gotten physical, I mean, you know, we had security there.
No, Chris, you could beat his ass.
Security people would have stepped in to prevent that from happening.
No, you could have beat his
Can I
ass.
talk to you outside?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Well, I mean, I obviously want to say something off camera.
Well, I can't have the cameras turned off at this point.
Well, then I'd like to say that pretty much I think you have it all wrong.
Uh-oh.
But your point's well taken.
If you want to follow up, my email's on here, my phone number's on there. You can call me, talk to me.
You won't have access to a computer, though, Dan. It's worthless.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Dan?
Pretty weird. Cut.
I know that what he wants to do is get me outside off camera.
So you can beat your
and
ass.
try to convince me that he shouldn't be.
But
a
you'd
part
beat
of our
his ass.
investigation. And that's just not an option.
Like, just puts it like a couple
And
fingers in his
so-
butthole and it's game over.
It sounds weird,
What's he
but I'm
gonna
trying
do?
to be, you know, polite and decent with the guy, but yet at the same time suggest that, okay, it's time to go. Well, they're going to stay on. I mean, you're free to leave at any time. I mean, I'm not going to try and keep you here. You know, if you have anything
He
else you'd
just
like
does
to
not
say,
want to
fine.
leave.
Yeah, you're just doing a story, and you know I've got caught up in it, is what you're saying. But it's probably a very good story.
He's figured it out. If he never leaves,
Anything
he
else
can't be arrested. The cops aren't allowed in.
Nope.
Free to go. Why don't you come on out the front way if you like?
Sure.
Yeah. I think sometimes these guys are trying to figure out, you know, how they're going to leave. You know, if they go out a different door, are they better off doing that? Most of these guys,
They got
are
him.
not hardened criminals who are going to try and run from police. Once they see that they're going to be arrested, that a number of deputies or officers are there, they pretty much cooperate.
Well, yeah, what the fuck was he gonna do? Damn, look at how curious he was, though. That is a curious predator. Very curious.